Hey guys, it's your girl Antonia. We out here in Amped Up Live. We got on my right the King Khalil in the building.
Yo.
And we have a great guest, Derrick.
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing, everyone?
And say your brand one more time, please.
Kirk Concepts Marketing. So I am a marketing director. I am an entrepreneur as well in the marketing space, digital to be particular.
Awesome.
Yes.
Glad to have you here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And especially in the midst of, we are living in the world of digital era, like extremely, and it's only going to rise.
Absolutely. So essentially, the reason I got into marketing was like during the whole pandemic. And as we know, a lot of businesses were shut down because they didn't know how to pivot off of that. So essentially, I'll come in and it's like, well, you don't necessarily need to close your business. You just need to pivot to a different channel. You need to market your business a different way.
Different angle, yeah.
From a different angle. And that's what allows some businesses to stay on top.
Right.
For instance, car dealerships, right? No one is going in there because everybody's on lockdown.
Yes.
What did they start doing?
Virtual, yeah.
Start selling cars online.
Yeah,
like
virtual
delivery,
tours,
everything.
You can check it out on the virtual 3D type of things. Yeah.
Everything went online immediately.
Yeah.
So for me, I wanted to focus more into like local businesses and small businesses starting out because they don't know this information and they may not even have like the necessary resources to be able to make it happen. So I'll come into them like, hey, you guys, look, you can still run your business and get people in front of your business without them having to be in front of your business.
I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah, do your thing, get it in.
I think I told you before. In 2018, I had my own marketing business myself,
right,
door to door. Well, I was with a guy, IT man. He's an IT man, it man, or something like that. Anyways, my business partner had the business, but we went door to door and spoke to different business owners. We spoke to a chiropractor. I remember this is on like Palm Bay Road. I don't know the name of it, but you know what I'm saying? He was on Palm Bay Road, and I think RJ Conlon. I go inside there and we're talking to him about like, hey, blase Facebook marketing. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah.
You don't have that much traction. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It doesn't work. I tried it before. How do you get over that hump? For individuals that don't believe in online marketing, how do you go over that hump?
Essentially, it's going to come down to results. Like, I have to show them what I've done for other businesses. So that's a really good rebuttal that a lot of businesses have, or an objection a lot of businesses have is, we've tried this before.
We already tried it, yeah.
And primarily, they try to do it themselves. And you don't know what you're doing. That's why it's not working. And then you probably only gave it 1 month. 1 month with anything is not going to work.
Not at all.
So
we tested that, so we know the theory.
So like, you definitely want to have someone that knows what they're doing, and that's with anything. Like, as a business owner, you don't want to have to do every single task because number one, you're spreading yourself way too thin. At this point, your business isn't operational. You're just working.
Correct.
And no one is getting quality results because you can't focus on that one job that you need to do. So when you're able to hire someone to do something that actually works because they know how to do it, it makes a lot more sense.
Gotcha.
Wow, that's intriguing. I love that. Now, where are you from? Where are you located?
So originally I'm from Michigan. I've been in Florida for about 10 years now. I'm now in the Tampa area, but however, I service the entire nation.
Nice.
But when I'm working with local businesses, it's primarily within Florida.
And you market your business on basically to attract nationwide. You market it via basically the web.
Yeah, so my business is marketed kirkconceptsmarketing.com. And I don't do too much marketing myself. I like referrals because primarily you get to actually, they already know what you're going to do for them because they heard about you.
Correct.
And marketing isn't a saturated area, but now people have worked with other online companies that didn't really produce any results, and I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I prefer referrals.
That's smart.
That's that's powerful as hell because I'm going through that right now as we speak, right?
Yeah.
So you have our ass turned on and everything. We'll get into that in a little bit, how you got our ass and everything. I want people to know the results of actual marketing online with Kirk Concepts. But so as far as referrals versus just getting leads, right? Because it's very much so different. Leads versus referrals. Referrals, you already got someone, you got a testimony already. Someone's already vouched for you. Someone said, yo, you're good at X, Y, Z. Exactly. I trust you in this space because my friend Antonia said you're the person to go to. Versus someone, they just seen the ad. Yeah. Right? So when I contact them, it's like, who's it? At first. But now I've gotten more comfortable now. It took probably like 30, 40 people to go through. But at the same time, right, you always grow in your space. So it's a different conversation versus someone saying, hey, my homegirl said you're the person to go to, versus, well, I seen your stuff. I mean, what do you do? It's a very big difference now.
You got to break through that wall.
You got to break through that wall now.
That's true.
So that's important. So I mean, like, what would you recommend for someone that's just now getting leads versus someone who they're used to referrals versus someone that's just now getting leads? What would you recommend?
So with leads, any business that's running advertising, they definitely want to make sure they have systems in place in order to nurture that lead. Because number one, people see leads all day, every day. Not leads, they see ads all day, every day.
Right.
And sometimes people are super forgetful, number one. And number two, they're going to make it hard for you. No one's going to just be like, okay, yeah, I remember. They're going to be like, who is this? Because they probably got 16 other phone calls that was scam likely, right? Yep. So they're not going to recognize your number, none of those things. But if you have a system in place, they get an email, they get a text message, and then you have a dedicated appointment setter or a sales department in your company to actually handle those people before whoever actually closes the sale or locks them in as a client. It's always about the systems. And as long as you have a system or quote unquote a funnel, that's what actually helps convert your leads. Now with referrals, like you said, you're already vouched for. That person that comes to you through a referral just want to see how you're going to help them. And as long as you're good at sales, you can possibly close the deal.
That's true.
I like that. That's smart. That's totally, Now with, time changing from like even 10 years ago, how do you feel we will be with marketing within the next 10 years?
So marketing right now is, number one, you have a business plan, right? 80% of your business plan consists of your marketing strategy. So a business without marketing is no business because you're probably going to location, referrals, word of mouth can only take you to so far. You get what I'm saying? So if you're not marketing that business, you're probably not going to get to that point where you can actually scale. Depending on what you want to do or what your goals are for your business. But within the next 10 years, marketing is always going to be the same. You need to do it.
Yeah.
You can't skip it because if you don't, you're either going to fail or you're going to just continue to work for the business.
That as a slogan, marketing. You need to do it. I like that. I like that.
For sure.
Yeah. So, and now with AI and all those things, it helps out, but at the end of the day.
I was going to ask you about that. How do you feel AI's, do you feel like that's going to take over? Just doing.
Well, I feel AI definitely have its pros and cons. Obviously, it will cause some individuals to lose their positions. But with AI, it doesn't have a particular personality. So as a brand, you have a personality. The AI is just putting words on the screen for you. You still have to personalize it. And for some individuals, some companies may just delegate that through the AI and still have somebody on the back end controlling it. Rather than having 5 employees, they may just have one controlling the AI. But as for marketing itself, you can't rely on a computer to tell you how to market your business. So the marketing strategy is always important to your business. And you need a human being to do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
I first got into marketing and sales before anything, right? My marketing coach, Larry Wills, black man, right? Shout out to him. He first was, the way he broke everything down was like, if you know sales and you know marketing, there's not one thing you can get into and you can fail at. You can't. Yeah. So, essentially your question, 10 years from now, marketing.
Right.
You got to do it. You literally have to.
You have to do it.
If you know how to market, to be honest with you, if you know how to market, you know how to close deals, any business can thrive with you in it. It can, because you know the importance of marketing, sales, you know those two drives everything. Without marketing, what sales are you getting? Referrals is marketing. That's word of mouth marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Strongest form. Like there's people who send me their stuff through text message. I haven't gotten on the phone with them just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now I prefer getting on the phone, but people will literally just send me stuff. I'm like, wow, it must have been a very strong referral. You know what I'm saying? But referrals are big like that. So yeah, man. Yeah. Marketing is important as hell.
Yeah.
But you in the marketing space also though, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But like, say you're, maybe you're a little too, I'm not going to say shy or timid, but you don't know the path, and you don't have enough to, I guess, hire a marketing team.
Okay. So this is particularly for very new businesses, mm-hmm. especially in our community. We don't have the necessary resources to actually follow the blueprint to have a scalable business in a good amount of time. Mm. So for anyone that started a business, it's plain as day, and it's definitely social media. Mm. And because of that, it's organic. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, you're not going to have any sales immediately. It's a longevity game. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're thinking about your business and you want this business to, last 5, 6, 7 years, you have to play the long game, especially if you're not able to put any capital behind your marketing. So a strategy that's super beneficial that helps you out is basically just building a strong online presence. And you can do that with anything. And yes, you may be shy, but that's something you have to overcome.
Right.
Because if you're not able to hire someone and do that for you, or let's say you have a friend that you want to be the face of your business, like if you have some type of partnership with them, you can put them in front of the camera if they have a better personality or something like that.
I like that. Ooh. Yeah. We went over the Subway thing. Y'all heard about Subway?
No.
Jared?
Yeah.
Fresh?
Yeah.
So I think we went over this not too long ago. Yeah. So, wow, it's so crazy. Putting your face in front of your company's like Flow, Progressive, Allstate standards, or you in good hands. It's important as hell.
Yeah.
When Subway lost Jared to that molestation thing that he went through or whatever, they lost $360 million their first year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Their very first year. There's a face in front of that company. They lost $3. You can't tell me that's not powerful. They call those attractive characters though, right? That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Attractive characters. That's what they do with movies also.
Right.
Like, what's the movie like? What's it called? The football movie when they was in the dirt in jail. Adam Sandler.
Longest Yard.
Yeah, that's an attractive character movie. So sales is high as hell. Yeah. You got multiple people, different faces. They put them in the movie.
Final.
And one thing.
What's that? Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Come on. These are all. They're just called attractive characters.
Yeah.
Right.
They have their own audience and they're putting them all in one scene. So having a face, to be honest, that's another way of. Listen, I got a friend. They love my business. Listen, let's go out. Let's do some shit. Let's do some videos, right?
Yeah.
You and your friend, y'all start talking. You get them on camera. Eventually, they become the face. They think it when they hear this business, they see this person. So now, your business is now just building traction.
Exactly.
That's a way right there. You know what I'm saying? Itself, because that's a friend. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a risk as well because look at Kanye. I believe the whole Adidas situation when he did the whole the whole that messed up. The money, but it also looked like since they dropped him, they lost a lot of their funds.
They lost a lot of,
I
so
didn't think of that one, but that's
just like
true right there.
Absolutely.
They kind of needed him. Yeah, he did that, but it was like, whoa, the business now. Yeah. You dropped him.
Nobody was rocking Adidas before Kanye.
Yeah, exactly.
If I get to $100 billion business with a face just to lose.
All right, lose it.
Shoot, that's this calculated risk because all business is risk.
Yeah.
Think about it. No matter what business you in, whether you're a drug dealer, whether you sell pharmaceuticals, right? You can have a water park. Every business is a risk no matter what, but it's a calculated risk you got to take.
For sure.
Something like that, I'm definitely
absolutely
to $100 billion. Now y'all seen the what's it called on Netflix with Michael Jordan? Have y'all seen that?
Not yet.
His documentary?
Yes.
The Last Dance.
Last Dance.
Oh wow.
In the 3rd episode, oh my God, Nike. Mm-hmm. So at that time, I think it was Converse. Converse was the highest shoe brand because they had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and one other very famous NBA player. The Converse was. Nike was like, listen, Michael Jordan is a rookie, right? He's a rookie. They're like, yo, we hope to make $3 million in the 5th year having him as a face. They ended up making $162 million in the first
Woo.
year. Crazy, right? But that's the risk you're taking by putting someone who's known. The more known they are, the more clean they are, the less of a risk. So you gotta always know your risk factor.
For sure.
You got a low risk factor. You definitely gonna be able to do something. But that's important.
And that's to back it up. As a small business owner, you may not have an individual or an influence, we'll call them, that has a strong presence. Because once you go into like affiliate marketing or influencer marketing, these influencers, they already have brands that they're representing, and they may cost, more than what you have to budget. So as someone that, like, you taking one of your friends, you're building not only credibility, but you're actually building that person's personal brand as well.
Yeah, so it's a double win. It's not
exactly.
You gotta pay me now.
Yeah. So like to go back to Nike, they didn't go to Michael Jordan first. They went to Magic Johnson, and they offered him stock, and he turned it down.
You know the value of it.
And on top of Nike, they only paid $20 for their logo.
Wow.
So like they played the long game.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're the top brand in the shoe industry.
Jordan's still killing them.
Totally.
That's crazy.
So
crazy.
No one's rocking Converse, barely Adidas, not to take anything away from their companies, but when you play the long game, you're always going to outlast your competitors. And that's essentially what it comes down to. Like as a business owner, you want to, yes, we want results immediately because we just put money into it, and if you're starting out, you're probably putting your own money into it. But if you look at it for a longer term and look at the long-term value of your business, and you stay consistent, and you don't really focus too much on profit, but whatever you do profit, you put it back into the business.
Right.
That's essentially where it's going to get to you at that 6-year mark, and you look back and you're like, wow, I've came so far, and I'm a multi-million-dollar company now.
Totally.
Man, no, that's true. I mean, where we at, Amp, though? We got how many followers on YouTube itself?
Like 6.6
I ain't
thousand.
got that on IG yet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
it's been going for years, Like he said, just putting it in.
Yours is mainly organic, though, correct?
For sure.
Organic.
That's so organic. You could do anything organic.
Yeah,
to be
absolutely.
honest.
And that's the way you do it as a new business.
And what helped too also is having guests on and cross marketing, and people want to know more, and even down from artists to entrepreneurs, politicians. We just keep the format pretty open, so people can always come here and learn different inputs on different categories.
So they're talking about that attractive character movie type of, maybe something like that, amped up.
Yeah.
Different attractive characters all on
one that's what we're
whatever you need to know, come down.
We get you together. Absolutely.
That thing, it pops like that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
To have a brand, here's a play real quick to show you right? That's how I teach marketing, right? In order for someone to do business with you, you gotta be, number one, you gotta be competent. Gotta know what the hell you talking about. Right. You have to. I could like you, I could trust you, but if I know you don't know what the hell you talking about, you're not doing business with
at
you.
all.
It's
That's
not
true.
happening.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
You gotta be competent. You gotta be likable. Right.
Definitely.
I can trust you. I know you know what you're talking about, but I don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing business with you. I don't like you.
Right.
I do not like you. You understand? I know. Sometimes people think about
That's
that,
true.
but it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be trustworthy. So I can trust you, or I can like you. I can know you know what you're talking about, but I don't trust you. I'm not doing business with you. You gotta have all three.
Yes.
So how do you build each? Competency is one, you getting into the books or you studying your craft and you showing your audience, I'm doing this, right? Like for example, you're in school, of course, for just audio. People gotta know
digital
filmmaking. You see what I'm? That's so powerful.
Yeah.
People know about those type of backgrounds, and then you're also in the business of that. They trust you more, so you're building your competency there. Right. Trust. They trust you already because you're known already. Right. You're known. You're already. Trust is more so testimonial wise. Like people know I've done this already for them. I've already done this. What's my portfolio look like? That's when my trust is built. Right.
Yes.
Likability is personality, of course. If you're someone that's. Some people may have a real prolific personality like myself, right? Where it's like, okay, well, are you this community or are you this community? Okay, well, I rock with this community. Okay, well, you're not open. Why is that? I'm prolific, right? So that type of, that audience, they like me. So I've got my competency, I'm trustworthy, and I'm likable in a specific, that audience will blow from there.
For sure.
That's the play, you know what I'm saying, for when it comes to organic marketing with no money down. That right there is what I always teach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Personality is key. Number one. Consistency is key. And knowing what you're talking about. So if you call yourself an expert, you have to be an expert. And with anything, people are going to come to you to see how knowledgeable you are in your expertise. Correct. So if you're with marketing, this is what people always tell me. I know how to market. They just don't have the time to do it. And then
that's big. That is true. That's so big.
So,
that is true.
But then you get to asking them like, so what psychological triggers would you add into this ad for this reaction? And what would you say? You'd be like, what are you talking about? You know, you're going to think about it. But however, those things matter. Like, even when it comes to the act, like we're going to talk about ads right now. When you see ads online, typically what do you do?
Either scroll right past it or
it depends.
So what it depends on though? Like,
it depends on how it controls my emotions, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, so how does it control this person's emotion? Now, every ad isn't for you. It's for somebody it's for. You know what I mean? So you may see an ad, and every time I see an ad that's not for me, I'm like, somebody's doing advertising wrong because they're targeting the wrong audience.
Correct.
And that's that's me giving my value to people that tells me I know how to market. And I'm like, that's the type of information people look for when they're like consulting with you. And that's really like major, especially for like new businesses, is because they may think marketing could be anything. But you can put out a video of you just talking in the camera. But how many of those videos do you swipe past? You know? So like you can't, like you got to understand what really works.
It needs to have substance for sure.
Exactly.
I love talking about marketing. I do. It's not gonna lie. I've been doing it for years now. At this point, you're a marketer. Everyone in business they market. So you gotta love marketing yourself to really have your business flowing. You know what I'm saying? You got to. For my lifestyle to be taken care of, I gotta market tremendously. I have to, or pay the right individuals to market for me, because the lifestyle I want to be able to wake up every day. One day, get on jet skis. Right. Yes. One day I want to go rock climbing. One day I want to go camping. Every day I want something different. So in order to do that, one, I gotta hustle, or I pay someone to hustle for me. Right. But in my instance, I hustle first. Then I utilize what I got from my hustling to have someone else hustle for me.
Correct.
So that's why I always say, listen, get into it like this. Competency, trust, likability. Now, how do you measure your results? Is the next part, right? Messages. I was watching this on another podcast, Social Proof, that I sent to you one time, right? He was like, yo, the way you measure your results is what type of messages are you getting on a daily basis, right? Like, if you look at my inbox right now, every last message is about one thing and one thing only, taxes, right? Because we're in tax time. Correct. So all messages, taxes, what do I do? If your inbox, let's just say you're in the, you have a gun business or something like that, you sell guns, and your messages are not about guns, you're doing something wrong. Your messages tell you, they measure, they're your results right there, your messages.
That's deep.
That's real.
That's true.
That's real. Check your messages to see if you're really doing what you're doing.
For sure, because if they don't know, like, what am I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
So like that's why I like to stay on course, because you want to be purposeful. And if you're talking about so many different things, like no one knows what you're talking about.
Correct.
So like you said, like that's a good way to put it, is if someone comes to you and it's always about the same thing, you know that they know what you do.
That's how you measure it, man. You said that, I'm like, same thing. I'm like, yo, that's wow. I didn't notice that, but that's exactly what it is, right? That's crazy as hell. But no, I mean, marketing is that's everything. Now, so what I want to know is, this is why I brought you on the channel. You know what I'm saying? You're different. You show a lot of different things that you're in, fitness wise. You like having your dog. You essentially like jazz music. It's different. You're a different type of cat. You're a different breed, right?
Yeah.
What got you into the marketing aspect of everything? Digital, photography. What got you into it?
So what got me into becoming an entrepreneur, I would say, was most of my friends are entrepreneurs. And before I got into actual marketing, I was in sales primarily all of my life. Before even that, I was an athlete. But after I transitioned from an athlete to business, I was in sales in that little periodical time.
What sport?
Basketball.
Oh, nice. Well, obviously, you're like 7'5".
I wish I was. I don't wish I was 7'5", but I'm about 6'3".
Nice.
And basketball was my first passion, and that's what I went. I went to school, played basketball, and went to school for business administration. Kind of changed my major a few times from psychology to architecture.
I think all of us did.
That's a typical route. Like as a college person, you're gonna, especially if you're young, you don't know what you want to do.
You got your degree though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So once I finished school, I went into sales, different industries, health, retail, different industries, and just working for a company really didn't excite me too much. Even though I was super good at sales, I was always in the top 5, regardless of how long I've been with that company. One of my friends one day, he sent me a list of profitable businesses to start. And this was like him trying to tell me to become an entrepreneur.
For sure.
Yeah, so then from there, honestly, marketing is what I gravitated towards. So I did my research on it. And just looking at my background, one of my good friends back in Daytona Beach, he used to host a open mic every Wednesday. And I would, not knowing that I would be marketing, we would always turn out with a full house. It was always good results.
Wow.
And then aside from that, I started learning about Facebook advertising.
Okay.
And then from there, I started learning about videography. And then from there, I started learning about websites and SEO, and then the list goes on.
Yeah.
But all in all, the marketing agency was something that I gravitated towards because of the creativity aspect of it.
You went down that slippery slope.
Once you start opening doors, you're like, whoa, you just want to do so much more.
Yep.
Well, you have to know every channel of marketing
Definitely
to actually know what marketing fits you. And online marketing is what fits me and how a lot of people don't know too much about online. They just know it's now. So from doing videography, one of my friends, I did a video for his company, did fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, so from there.
What made it fantastic? The market, how you market the video?
So just from it all, the creative side of it to the advertising side of it.
Okay.
So the video was a commercial-like video. So when I say commercial-like, it means if you're turning your television and you're going to Hulu and you see an ad and it's a commercial, something like that.
Nice.
And, it's professional, high quality, and it was super purposeful, and it had an objective, and it had a goal, and that was it. Put an ad, put it on Facebook, put it on Google, tremendous results. And from there, I actually took a step back and started learning about how to start a business. And once I started putting myself out there, business, it was going up, and this was right before COVID, and man, it was just a little overwhelming for me because at the same time, as a business, you only can handle so much.
You got a good problem. That's what you told me. Yeah. It's a good problem.
That's good. I like that.
But from there, man, that's honestly how I got into marketing and just going through courses, having mentors that's in the actual industry. I worked with some company. Well, one of my other friends, he works with a major company, kind of in the hunting industry, and I kind of mentored or shadowed him doing his
hunting.
Yeah. You go in the woods and you're gonna go shoot deers and shoot boar, all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Word?
For sure. But he was doing great, man. He was doing great. But he was more so as a freelancer. But me, myself, the reason I started a marketing agency is because I want to give other individuals opportunity to work for another company. So I want to create jobs.
Okay.
So people that goes to school for marketing, they can work at Kirk Concepts Marketing and handle this account. So that way I'm removing myself out of the business.
They learn. You make money, they make money, the client make money, everybody's
that's essentially the structure of a business owner or an entrepreneur. But if you're working for your business all the time, you're just an employee of your company.
Right.
So yeah, and that's where I got
That's
marketing.
True. That's true.
That's very true.
That's true.
Because I was, and then literally, like, even when we were talking to Tim Jackson, I realized, like, I need to outsource and do more, you know, because I felt like I was an employee, and I was like, you know, we're at a time where we can afford to start branching out, and I can do something else to focus on, you know, others, and let this run its business itself. And, you know, I can just pull up and be like, okay, I'm here to work, and not really be
there.
Yeah, you know, so.
You said something that caught my ear just now, right? You said, I asked you why, you know, what got you into the space. You're like, my friends were already entrepreneurs. That's important. Like, what's your take on environments?
Yes.
You know, because you said friend, you weren't even an entrepreneur, and your friends are throwing it at you. Like, tell me, what's your take on that, environments?
Well, man, honestly, especially where I come from, and this is primarily, like, this is me, like, I love where I come from. And just people back home look up to me like, yo, like, how do you maintain?
Like Michigan or like Africa?
Michigan. No, come on, bro.
All right, go ahead.
You never know.
Yeah. You never know. To this day, you still don't know.
Right.
But at the end of it, it's about, like, being able to be somebody. And who you're around definitely plays a big part of who you're going to become. And, like, if you're surrounding yourself around, like, people that have a lifestyle that you desire, and if you're able to understand what they do and how they do it, and you're able to implement that into your own lifestyle, you're just basically following the blueprint. Now, if you're at home, let's say your hometown, and you do the norms. At one point, I would wake up, go play basketball, go to work, go home, wake up, play basketball, go home.
Was that your environment?
That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else but basketball. You get what I'm saying? And in our community, that's all we know.
Sports.
We don't know anything else. So for me, it's like I want to be able to be a beacon of knowledge to our community. Like, okay, you don't have to do marketing, but you can start, instead of going to cut grass, you can start a lawn service. You know, like,
just from knowing marketing, know
well,
how to do it the right way.
Yeah, you can your business.
You can obviously have to implement marketing to grow your business, but in actuality, it's like you don't have to do the stereotypical standards of a black man.
Let's talk about that. The stereotypical standard of a black man. What do you see as the stereotypical standard?
We're entertainment, and we're not purposeful to the worldview.
Really?
Why? What do you mean?
Why? Because
purposeful.
Purposeful, meaning that we don't have any direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, I'm sure all of y'all grew up in an urban area, a rural area, whatever you want to call it. You see the same people every day.
For sure.
You have athletes, and you have the others, right? Sometimes the athlete converts to the other. Sometimes the athlete goes to school, then comes back home and become the other. You know?
Ooh, that's so powerful.
Sometimes the athlete goes to school, graduate, then comes back. Because guess what? We don't know anything else. And I'm not saying this is for everyone.
But it's true. I see what you're saying.
We don't know. We don't go into this business and see a black man.
And that's because they limit, you know, our resources, I feel like they don't provide us or let us know that we can do it until we're taught or near, you know, like-minded individuals to, you know, help us break through the barriers. But you're absolutely right now, you know, and I've always said that, you know, that's how they control us in a way, you know, so that's another topic.
They say term media, it means witchcraft or something like that in a different language. That's serious.
I'm not
so
familiar with
news,
that.
I don't know if y'all ever seen news. This is a video was like every news channel saying the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Y'all seen that?
That's to control the masses.
Yeah. Like they say witchcraft and media, they mean the same thing or something like that.
That's like
so crazy.
That's on a super deeper level.
Yeah. It's very I ain't trying to nobody,
I love that though, but it's true. Yeah.
That's true as hell. And I'm like, wow, like it makes a lot of sense. So when you're like environment. I mean, part of our environment is like what, like Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
We're seeing us from Love and Hip. I like Love and Hip Hop, but at the same time, that's how the youth is. They looking at us now like I gotta be that type of. I gotta be like that drama filled and all. So we say entertainment. Are you talking about drama or are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that, like you just said, what we see, we have to see something in order to want to be. We see rappers. Yeah. We see athletes. And that's the only success that we see. Like I was saying, we don't see. I mean, you see Jay-Z and P. Diddy and all, but you don't see this. Fubu.
Damon John.
We don't see Damon John.
You don't though. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Damn, you know Damon John? No. You ever seen Shark Tank?
Yes, but
the black dude, the bald head black dude.
So he's the owner?
Fubu.
I didn't know that.
He made Fubu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, this is the point proven.
Damon John, he got a name, a very big name in the game.
And
now he's a multi-hundred, what is it called? He's like a 9-figure plus guy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the Fubu guy.
But we don't see that.
Not at all.
We don't see that. So how are we going to know that we can become that?
Why don't we see that? Why don't we know that?
Crazy. That's a good question. Very good question.
Sometimes we have to be accountable for what we do.
Right.
And it's a very small percentage of us that are willing to go and find the information.
Yeah.
And now, thank God, we have access to all of that right at our fingertips.
Yeah.
And social media helped people see each other more often.
To be real with you, that's why I'm, when I talked to Antonia the first time about, sitting down and having a podcast like this, the conversation we're having right now is exactly why I said yes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have individuals like you and myself, you know what I'm saying, like yourself, business owners, think differently. We don't have that at all. We got the same exact typical sports or rap. Nothing against either. I got friends in both games. I'm about to pick one up from the airport in the damn rap game right now.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, I got different friends in everywhere, but at the same time, you don't see too many business owners or people that hustle, that really built something. You don't see that. So the hustle is the one thing you don't see. Like right now, all you know about is Damon John. You know about Fubu, but you have no clue what he went through to make. You see what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna
we don't
go back
see
and
that.
research. Some people actually. You
see what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a lot though. Like stuff like, but it's important.
But that would be that's exactly. That's important to see what he's been through, so we can know that we can do it.
Correct.
We're not the only ones that go through what we go through.
Right.
And obviously being a business owner is a very small risk to the reward. But them grinding years gonna be tough. They're gonna
Absolutely.
Talk about it. I see my homeboy literally the other day. He's like, yo, cause I got the AMG now. He's like, yo, bro, you deserve it, bro. You been. Yes. I'm like, yo, that's real. But all I do is show the hustle. You know what I'm saying? I'm up 6 a.m., 12 with my son. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing hustle. I love doing it because I want y'all to see this is what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you just to see when I'm over here on this yacht over here. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got this company, all these people, employees. I want you to see what got me there. Exactly. So you know what to do so you can get there also. I like to teach it also. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you get the organic, support.
Correct.
But I actually really want to follow your walk.
Journey. That's it.
That's
it right there.
That's marketing. Marketing is storytelling.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
anytime I talk to I tell my parents all the time, I'm gonna tell you a random story.
Yes.
Before I tell you anything, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yes.
Because it's gonna build credibility of what I'm actually gonna tell you. Now your
stories stick longer.
And stick a lot more invested into it.
For sure, for sure.
So even if you go into a restaurant, like from the moment you go in there, like let's say someone tells you about it. Nowadays, we're going to go look at it on Instagram first to see if it looks good.
Right.
Then we're this place look good. Then we're going to look at their food to see if the food looks good. Then we're going to go to it, and first thing we're going to do is see how long it takes us to be greeted. Then we're going to see how long it takes us to be seated. Then we're going to take long how long to come and get our drinks and then our food.
Right.
And if all that is like exceptional, you're gonna go tell somebody else about that.
Definitely.
And that's the story.
Yeah.
It was so nice. The food was good.
Right.
You know, the music, all of this. You're gonna tell a story. And now that business got somebody else coming in there.
That's true. Yeah, you really got to treat every client. Look at the longevity of it. Like, you know, there's certain clients I'm not making that much from, but you still treat them as if you're the biggest. Because in the day, the longevity of it is much more gratifying than right now. Sure. And I think our people, they're too much right now. I don't get paid right now. I don't know about it. If I don't get this right now, it's like, listen, good luck to you. You're thinking about right now, and you got to eat later, not just right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think it long term.
The long-term value of a customer.
Yeah.
You know, like my client, it's not my client.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Somebody business, if you have a company and you charge $300 a month, you know, that's $36,000 a year for you.
But 36,000 in 10 years, 3,600 a year.
3,600.
There you go.
I'm
a math guy too.
I was just testing you.
I like that 300.
Yeah. So 3,600 a year, man. I mean, even if that's not a lot, but you times that by 10 or whatever.
Right.
You know, you got 10 people paying you this a month. You want to make sure those people have a great experience because that's passive income coming into you.
For sure.
Correct.
Now, obviously, depending on what type of business you have, your lifetime value of a customer may be more or maybe less. But you want to make sure you're looking at the longevity of this person. Because if you get them one time, now you got to find somebody else that's going to pay you. You got to go through the whole process all over again. You know?
Yeah. So now with your business, how long have you been running your business for?
So I've been in business for 4 years now.
Where do you see yourself, or where do you want to be in the next 10 years?
So in the next 10 years, Kirk Concepts Marketing is going to have a building.
Nice.
We're going to have employees. We're going to have our secretary. Once you walk into the door, she's going to say, "Hi, Sally. Sally, you look good. Thank you." And, you know, just a very great environment to where, you know, you see like-minded individuals, creative individuals, intelligent individuals, helping other individuals build and scale their businesses. So, we're definitely going to be a multi-million-dollar company.
For sure.
Absolutely, and other businesses are going to be multi-million-dollar companies from working with us. So that's why I see Kirk Concepts in the next 10 years.
Nice. Now, obviously you had idols, you know, people you look up to in the field and so forth. And I always ask people this, like, so if you could bring 5 people to dinner with you, celebrities or moguls or, you know,
dead or alive.
Yeah, dead or alive. Who would you select?
They don't have to be only your industry specific.
Yeah, they don't. Just somebody, you feel like you would have, because you know how you say like these are the people you want to be friends with, or if you want to have that lifestyle, be friends with these people, stay in that environment or something, you know.
Okay. So, all in all, this is going to sound super cliche, but my first person I would definitely want to have in my circle is an athlete, but he's also a tremendous business person, and this is LeBron James.
Okay. I was about to say Shaq, but okay.
I thought you were going to say that guy that has the gap.
Michael Strahan?
Yeah. No? What's wrong with him?
No.
It's okay. LeBron.
I would say LeBron.
Okay, Lebanon.
I would say Mark Cuban.
Who's Mark Cuban?
Another industry.
Mark Cuban, he
Tank?
Yeah, he started a tech company.
Okay.
And he sold
I live under a rock, guys, and I'm not that bad.
He's the owner of the Mavericks, right? He owns the Dallas Mavericks.
People like us would probably understand that he owns the Mavericks, for sure.
So why do you say that?
Because that's not the only thing he owns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just like mainstream.
Awesome.
But
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban. Who else would I have? I don't know. This is a different question. I never been asked this question.
The Mount Rushmore. What would you say? Who would your 5 be, man?
Yeah.
Your Mount Rushmore.
That's how we gotta adjust it. Who would your Mount Rushmore be?
Let's say. I would like Jay-Z.
Why?
I would like Jay-Z because also he's a long-term business player, you know, and you can hear that just through his music, his new music. So he knows the value of certain things. Floyd Mayweather also.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like it though. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
And the last person would probably be. Well, who would I give this to? I'm not sure who this last person would be.
Is he one of the first that got to the 5?
I think it would be Mr. Nice Guy.
Who that?
I I can't remember his name, but
Mr.
he's
Nice
on
Guy,
Shark
sounds
Tank.
familiar.
He's on Shark Tank.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
Oh shoot, I didn't
Mr.
tell him. I
Wonderful.
forget Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary.
And I like him because he knows when to turn down business.
Yeah.
You know.
And so explain why important is it to, turn down businesses?
Because every business opportunity is a good business opportunity, and people once you get to a certain point in your life where you're obviously successful, people are gonna throw ideas at you all the time, and they gonna sound fantastic because people practiced it.
Right.
But if you don't know, like through experience, like okay, that's not something for me.
For sure.
And it just the numbers don't make sense. He's so particular. Like if you've ever watched Shark Tank, he'd tell you like right off the bat, like, nah, I'm good. Without even it can be fantastic numbers, but he would actually break it down to you. So he's just really understanding what's for him and what's not for him.
Okay.
And I like that quality, just being in business, because once you get to a certain point, people are going to come to you all the time. Like I have this business idea, and as an entrepreneur, the tip of the iceberg is an investor. You want to become an investor because you're not working anymore,
right? And
you want your money to work for you,
right?
You're just investing in other businesses, and you need to know which ones is good and which ones is bad.
I like the versatility of his Mount Rushmore. You got Mark Cuban, right? You got Lebanon, right? You said Floyd, right? Floyd, pretty boy. Why Floyd though? Let me ask you that. Why Floyd?
Floyd, he just walks in his confidence, man. And
prolific, like how we were talking about earlier. One path. He's a prolific guy, but
it's because like the way he does business. We don't see other people doing business like that. He's just himself, like he's.
What business is he like really doing other than like, I really don't know, like sponsoring other fighters?
Floyd owns companies in Dubai. He owns
real estate.
What type of companies?
Real estate.
In Dubai, like.
Real estate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of it is real estate.
Wow.
And again, as an entrepreneur, like you're gonna have certain things you want to do, but before an investor, you get into real estate because that's like the number one key to generational wealth.
Because taxes and money, cash.
There's so many. It's a lot of advantages. Once you get into real estate, like big real estate, like he owns buildings in New York City. Like Trump, like most of his business is real estate.
Yeah.
Everyone in that high category is in real estate.
That is true.
Yeah.
So like he's just I look at him as a black man, and also he's from Flint. He's not going into these places all dappered up, turn tie. He got on his chains, he got on his jeans.
Yeah, that is
like
true.
he's just himself.
He's still him,
and he did it himself.
Okay.
He did it, and like. He just walked in his confidence. I like that about him.
I like that.
Yeah. And he's not really like, I mean, he's professional, but he's not like you said, suit and tie. He talks his junk, and
he's someone you like.
Yeah.
You trust he gonna be him.
Right.
He's competent because he got the money to back it up. He's a likable, trustworthy, competent. It's always following.
But can he read? I don't think he can read, right?
So that's the thing, though. Like people say that, but like at this point, I don't
know that.
Shout out to 50.
So that you don't need to read when you just.
I'm gonna pay somebody to read for me.
To be honest, you don't need a degree. You don't need nothing to have
That's
money.
proof right there.
Like man, just. Despite all the stuff he went through, obviously only with 50 Cent, that backlash, he's doing better than 50 Cent. 50 Cent,
I was gonna ask
he's
you,
chasing like Floyd. Floyd just chilling. Absolutely.
I don't know, but hold on. Now, see, this is something we now
knowing already.
This is open.
Estate?
Listen, because 50 has real estate on top of
business in Dubai.
That money is
50 got money every episode. Now he got so much under his. Oh man, 50's on my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore. 50's up there. You know what I'm saying? Because 50's a billionaire now. He's a billionaire.
He's a hustler. He's not a billionaire yet.
He's not a billionaire yet. No. He's a billionaire with vitamin water, brother.
No,
he's been a billionaire.
No, I don't think so.
He was a billionaire with vitamin water.
He went bankrupt.
Oh.
Don't mean you're not a billionaire. Bankrupt just mean I need the banks to pay my debt. That's it. Bankrupt does not something. I think everybody thinks something different about bankruptcy, but bankruptcy is not all that. It's just I have a lot of debt coming in. Bank, I can't pay this. Y'all pay it for me. You can get out of bankruptcy within like a year. It don't take that long.
So it's not necessarily a negative.
Because Trump went bankrupt. Trump went bankrupt, I think, like 3 or 4 times. Dang. Literally. but that's just accumulating a lot of debt. Like I owe the banks X amount of my mortgages, but I don't have a lot of tenants to pay it. Damn, I can't pay. I'm getting. Let me file for bankruptcy. You get out that shit in a year and you turn it around. People do it multiple times. That's something millionaires. I mean, that's their. That's the last thing you want to do, of course. Right. But at the same time, you can't do that. That should mess with your credit and a lot. They do a lot of stuff.
Anytime I apply for something, have you been bankrupt?
I'm
glad I haven't been.
Yeah. Nah. See, that's no different though.
But 50 he's a great hustler for sure. And obviously he makes moves, he makes things happen, and that's that's super credible of him. But as far as for comparing him to 50, him and Floyd, like they're just two different.
That's a money team.
They're two different things, bro. Like absolutely,
I don't know, man. I think they, cause they was like real good friends at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still are good friends no matter what. That's all BS.
Yeah.
But in the day, what's the difference between real quick? The difference between a hustler and a professional business guy. Is there a difference to you?
You can answer that first. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to answer it
first.
No.
Okay. No, I'm thinking. I'm like,
I think there's absolutely a difference because a hustler is thinking day to day. A business person is thinking like longevity again. Like they know like the process of how to make this happen. A hustler is still trying to figure it out. You sell a candy to a consumer. Like you outside the grocery store trying to sell candy bars for $2 when you can go in there and buy it for 50 cents. A business owner, they're like, you can get this whole pallet, and they're gonna sell it to you every month. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make you pay for it every month.
So that makes sense. So you would say 50 is more of a day to day, year to year. Like he's still building, cause that's what it sounds like.
Like he's a hustler.
He's still building. Yeah. He's not at the point where. Makes sense. I literally just seen that like 2 days ago.
Working.
That is true.
He's not.
Floyd's still working?
No, he's not. He
just
go to meetings and probably close the deal, put his face in front of it, and that's it.
So that does circle back to we don't know the background of it, because remember 50 right now is still showing he's hustling.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So but Floyd is not showing. He's just showing the money. He's just showing. So now you're looking at both differently, but 50 might have more bread. You might not know it. You see what I'm saying? You're seeing more of a hustle for this guy. You don't see the, I got this. Now you see 50 on talk shows still.
At the end of the day, we don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We don't. It just whatever they put out is what we really. What we see. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I would say because Floyd was just on. He was on EYL. He was a guest speaker there.
What was that?
Earn Your Leisure.
Was he?
What is that?
Earn Your Leisure with the two black dudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He like you don't know. You don't know about them yet. Okay,
yeah,
soon though. They got different.
Yeah, they like right now. They like especially in our community.
You know what I'm saying? Wall Street Chopper.
I probably subscribed. I just gotta check.
You know Wall Street Chopper, right?
Yes.
Like him 500.
Him 500. He be doing some shit. I'm like, what? Bro, you know he's like that though.
He's a credit guy.
Yeah.
So
wow.
like
they all stay in credit. Yeah.
They all like have their particular niche. And EYL, they just bring us all together and let us like basically what you're doing here is bringing different individuals that have particular expertise, and you build a community, and you either offer them something.
You had that in Miami not too long ago. You ever heard of the girl Stormy Wellington, Stormy Washington, or something like that? I think
so.
She made like $20 million like last year or something. Like she's a hustler. These is boss. But they're all in Atlanta. Like all of them are in Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? I think it's the population, because I think majority of Atlanta's population is they're all black.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like majority. It's like 90. I ain't gonna say 90. I don't even put a damn number out
there. But
it's
a majority for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually about to. My artist friend I'm about to pick up from the airport. He lives in Atlanta now.
Wow.
We're from the same area, right? Even an hour and a half away from me, Syracuse, Rochester.
Right.
You said so. He moved to Atlanta. I'm out here. I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta myself.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So,
anything?
Well, do you plan to write a book or anything?
Yeah, that's somewhere down in my mid-40s. I'll do some like that.
I can see that.
Mid-40s, damn, bro. I
can see that.
Absolutely, man. I love, I reflect on my story a lot, and I'm sure a lot of other people does that as well. And it's just, just seeing where you started and where you are and how much progress you made to where you're trying to go. You know, I feel like my story could definitely resonate with a lot of other individuals here.
For sure.
But yeah, that's something like super down the line. Like,
it's gonna happen.
I mean, unless I have like the AI write it or something.
You never know. As fast time is flying right now, you just never know.
Stuff and next thing you know.
Yes. So what can we expect from you two guys? Like,
Ooh, excuse me.
I guess we're still hustling, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, I want to go from hustling to legit, you know, professional business, getting things more, you know, solidified, knowing that, you know, maybe more investing more, and, you know, letting my work speak for itself, you know.
I think, to be honest with you, I think, number one, just this segment of the Amped Up Live is going to attract a different type of entrepreneur, and then open up a door to a lot of different avenues itself. Sure. Right, so I mean, we want, to be honest with you, the main goal is for people to become entrepreneurs, right? Not work for anyone else, be their own bosses, right? Have their own money to do what they want to do. To me, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I like that as well, like that ideal. But entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. You know, a lot of people can't go through the grind and not know how they're gonna make the next dollar. Like it's not for everybody. So I encourage.
And we need workers too.
We need workers. Yeah. And I encourage people to go to school, get a degree in a particular industry, and definitely invest. You can be an investor and be a worker at the same time.
You can, you can.
So learning about how to invest would be ideal for people that don't want to take the entrepreneur journey. But for the ones that do want to become an entrepreneur, I definitely suggest listening to these type of podcasts, Amped Up Live. I also host a podcast called Concepts Talk, where we kind of do the same thing here also, but primarily focused in on the story of how you started your business and how you scaled your business and that in-between journey of the ups and downs. Now,
I like that.
What I do particularly is advertising. I help businesses increase profitability. Simple. The way I do it is a long story. If you want to talk about it, we'll get to that point.
Can I real quick, just can you describe the story working with Black Empire real quick? Just how it started to where how it's like give me like a story. You know what I'm saying?
And Black Empire taxes, meaning for your brand. Okay. Your business.
So from my perspective of Black Empire tax XYZ, it's been very phenomenal to see, because I love to be a part of new businesses. Well, not all new businesses,
right?
But the ones with owners that know what they want and they know what to do. You know, and Khalil is a guy that knows what's needed. I don't have to go back and forth with him all the time to tell him, like, yo, look, if you can't answer these calls, we need somebody to take the calls. He's like, I know, and we'll make it happen.
Right.
And just being able to see the growth from where he started, which was last year, was him managing a company and trying to, you know, assert the leadership that he has into other individuals, to now building his own company, as he said. Again, it's phenomenal to see. And like, I want to be a part of that, because I want him to say, hey, Derrick, you helped us make $20,000 this year, like this month, I would say. So on and so on. Now, when you're a multi-million-dollar company, you know, your face is everywhere, everybody knows who you are, and it was like Kirk Concepts Marketing did that for me.
That's what I like. That's the goal with Concepts Marketing. That's the goal right there.
For sure.
You brought me $30,000. I'm about to go check for $15K right now. Give me $45 next month. You know, that's the goal of mine with, you know what I'm saying, going with the marketing. So we talk every day now. It's not just a, you know what I'm saying, well, we spoke one day and next thing you know, a week later. No. This is every day, because you know how important it is.
And that's with him. I have clients, but I don't talk to them once a month.
Wow.
But I understand where he is with his business. And I offer him advice aside from marketing. You know, sometimes I would do tasks that doesn't have to do with marketing, because again, I want his business to be successful.
For sure.
And again, like, it benefits the two of us. You know, his business successful, and he continue to do business with my business.
I love that.
So that's really what it comes down to when I'm working with new businesses. I want to make sure that you're on top of these tasks, because if you're serious about it, I'm going to work with you. If you're not serious, like, I'm not going to work with you.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's some advice you can give to anyone? What's an advice that you feel that somebody can utilize to get them to another level, mentally, spiritually?
So I would definitely say, where you are right now, it's okay. You may not know anything at all, and it's okay. As long as you're willing to challenge yourself, to learn something, and to apply what you learned, you're going to be somebody. That's it. You can't really focus on the past. You focus on the present, and you prepare for the future. And that's what I say to anybody. Like, when I'm at the gym, don't do the same weight you did yesterday, because you already know how to do it.
I say, bro, you're like a bodybuilder also, aren't you? Like, what advice for that too? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So I like, honestly, it's not even about lifting weights, man. It's more like mentally for me. It's just strengthening my mind. So like, if I say I want to do 315 pounds and I can't do it, I'm gonna make sure I can do it. You know what I mean? Because my mind is like, you're gonna tell yourself you can't do it, but when you put in the work to do it, you do 275. You get to 275, you excited. 295, you excited. 305, you excited.
So it's about knowing I can get there.
It's about
getting closer. I can get this right there.
Exactly. You tell yourself you can do it. You celebrate the journey, and once you get the result, your brain produces dopamine. It's like, I want to keep doing this, and now you're building actions, and as long as you continue to take those actions, you're gonna keep becoming successful, or what we call them, winners. Yeah, you're gonna be a winner. Like, you continue to win. Like, you always win. And as long as you continue to put your mind in that mind state, then like, there's no way for you to take a big loss.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was great. That's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, of course.
Yeah, I'm thankful that you're here. Definitely, I'm thankful to cross paths with you. I have names you've mentioned I haven't heard, and I'm like, oh, I want to rush home now and go on like Shark Tank and like look up everybody, because that's growth, and that's what you want to do. You want to meet people that can expand your mind and make you want to do things to better yourself, your career, and loving that you guys are connected like this, because that makes you who you are, and it just shows your character. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's the environment we were talking about. That's why it's so important. That environment is very, very important.
Very important.
No, I appreciate you guys even inviting me and having me here. This is definitely a beneficial conversation. This is also my first time speaking as a guest. Yeah. So this is in the books for me. So like, she was the first one.
Love it.
Like,
woo!
She was mine too. You see, we had a few years later. You know what I mean?
So like maybe like on the 10th, after we have like another 10th rotation, we'll have everybody come in and have like a meet and greet, just talk,
absolutely,
and maybe a panel or something.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. That would be fantastic.
That's coming too. We halfway there, just about.
Yeah. So I thank you so much for being here. And how can people contact you if they want to have your services?
So
or just talk to you.
Yeah. So my Instagram, personally, is I am Derrick with 2 R's, ICK, period, GKT. Business Concepts Marketing. That's my Kirk Concepts Marketing agency. And then if you want to check out our website, check out our portfolio, kirkconceptsmarketing.com. And that's where you can find us. You want to message me anytime, you can do it through the business page or the personal page. And I'll be free to help you however I can.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Right.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for watching, tuning in, and you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tap into Derrick, because he's the man.
Blessing.
Definitely. And if you guys see Khalil, make sure you tap in with him, because he knows so many people, many marketing opportunities for you guys as well. So, thank you guys for watching, and you have a great one.
All right. Peace.
Yes.